Good afternoon, everybody. Hello, Sopranos. Great to see you. You ready for the last rehearsal of summer school? It's absolutely, well, it's not quite the last, is it? It's the last teaching rehearsal of summer school. Amazing thought. Well, I just need to do my quick sound checks. As I said to the altos this morning, very exciting for techie, nerdy types such as me. I've had a new piece of kit arrive, literally in between alto rehearsal and this. So I'm going to show this to you. This is my new stream deck. And this allows me, I don't know if you can see on the screen, but I've got personalised individual, I can load up the tracks. It's even got the self-isolation choir logo on the middle button. You can't quite see that. So I'm going to just try this. Let's just trigger one of the recordings. Let's check it works. Let's try another one. How about that, everybody? I can turn the volume up and down, turn the volume down, turn it back up. I like my new toy. Okay, good. That works. Let's try another one. Yeah, there's me being very happy on YouTube. Right, let's try the keyboard. It's like Christmas morning. Cum Sancto Spiritu in Gloria Dei Patris, Amen. Okay, good. All seems to be working. Let me just do this. How's it sounding, Mark? Is it all right from your point of view? Seems to be all right here. I know, this new toy. I like my new toy. I'll tell you what, this is going to make the concert tomorrow really, really, really good. Well, it was already going to be good, but I can load up all the tracks. Ooh. Look out on Twitter later on. I'm going to load up the concert for tomorrow, and you'll see all the Vivaldi tracks and all the self-isolation choir tracks along here. Because you can't listen to them yet. I love this. This is, I said to the altos this morning, the power. That's the thing. I can listen. I could just press a button right now and listen to Vivaldi Glorious as sung by you, but I'm not going to, because we're going to save it for tomorrow. I know, I'm really evil. So who's here? Hello, Jill. Great to see you. You want one too? Amazon. I went on Amazon and I bought. Hello, Helen. Hello, Teresa. Thank you very much indeed. That's very kind of you to say. Could you have a word with my wife, please? Teresa just said my new gizmo is well deserved. I'm sure my wife would appreciate, but to be fair, and all of you will get this, it was on sale. So, I mean, I had to get it. Hello, Penny. Hello, Steph. Hello, Eileen. Hello, Eloise from rainy but beautiful Glasgow. Well, here in Bristol, as I think it's already been said by somebody, it is very, very sunny but extraordinarily windy. So bright sunshine, but the trees outside the window are all doing that. So, yeah, I think my family have just gone off for a little bit of a walk. I hope they make it back all right. Hello, Chris. Great to see you. Hello, Sally from sunny St Albans. Hello, Julia from a hot and sunny Cyprus. Wow. Goodness me. It must be very hot in Cyprus. And I know we've got all sorts of people from all over the world in very hot climates. So just stay cool. Drink lots of water whilst we sing. Because there are some high notes in this last section. Particularly the fugue. The fugue has a nice... has a couple of nice F sharps. But otherwise, we'll have lots of fun. Who else is here? Hello, Wendy from East Sussex. Hello, Sue from Leicester. Sunny Leicester. Wonderful. Steph says Amazon delivers several times a week to our house. Should have gotten Amazon stock before this pandemic. I hear you, Steph. I mean, I'm on first name terms with our delivery driver now. So, yeah, Amazon have done very well out of us. I think this microphone, this is all, I'm afraid this is all dreaded Amazon. My laptop, my microphone, it's all just, oh well. That's the way of the world at the moment, isn't it, folks? Hello, Renata. So you've just driven to the Czech Republic and you've dashed across Europe. Well, congratulations, well done. Thank you for making it here. What an immense journey. I hope it was a good journey. And I hope you have a fantastic time in the Czech Republic. Haven't been, I've heard it's wonderful. Hello, Jill. Hello, Pam from the Pyrenees. Wow. And Ruth in Hereford. It's lovely and sunny up there. Wonderful. Rod's been tying up the tomatoes more securely this morning. Yeah, good point. I think after this I'm going to dash outside and just check my greenhouse is still there, firmly attached. Oh, fabulous. Philomena says nothing is high after Quanta Qualia. That's a very, very good point. Yes. After a top D, an F sharp just seems like, well, it's a bass note practically, isn't it? After that note, then that note's going to seem a bit sort of, bit pedestrian, really, isn't it? Oh, great. Susan's just received her copy of The Messiah. Brilliant. You're going to play Where's Waldo. We call it Where's Wally here in the UK, and absolutely, it's absolutely brilliant. Honestly, this CD, those of you who were singing Messiah at home, this is honestly one of the best things I've ever seen. And I said to Mark when it came out, if you told me at the start of 2020 that there would be a CD of The Messiah, a brand new choir, a Baroque performance with Lawrence Cummings, and that I would be the musical director, I'd have laughed. I'd have laughed uproariously and said, you are mad. And yet here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are, only a few short months later, about to start the final rehearsal for the dress, that is, of a unique summer school that has seen hundreds, well over 1,000, 1,700, 1,800 people come together over 3 weeks and learn an incredible array of music, and more than that, perform it. And that's the thing, that's what tomorrow's all about. Tomorrow is a great summing up of our summer, a summer summation, if you like, as we look back on those 3 weeks that we've worked so hard in. We'll sing the entire Gloria, and it will be a world premiere, this Fieri recording. I can't wait for you all to hear it. They have done the most magnificent job. They really have. What a fabulous group. So we'll sing that in the first half. Then we'll have a little pause to just rehydrate ourselves. And speaking of which, I hope you've got your drinks of water handy. I also have a nicely freshly brewed strong coffee. Cheers. I know that it's going to be... well, you know, singing soprano is lovely, but the altos, it's a hard sing this morning with the altos. They were fab, but the music's tricky, so bit of coffee. But yes, tomorrow we'll have a little break after Vivaldi's Gloria, and we'll talk about Christmas. And so I will be able to share with you the full programme for Christmas. I can't wait to tell you what we're going to be doing. And we have even more treats to announce, on top of asking your children and grandchildren to sing Once in Royal David City. On top of a new carol by Patrick Horse, we have more stuff that we'll be telling you about. And, you know, just I was... as one does, I was interviewed on the radio yesterday. Radio Bristol rang me, and they were talking about choirs, and I talked about the self-isolation choir, and they said, so when a choir's going to be back? Is it going to be any time soon? And I said, I really don't think so. Not until we have this virus well and truly under control. And, you know, that when I say that to people, they go, but what about Christmas? And that's what Mark and I were talking about back in the summer, which is why we've put this programme together. And I have to say, I'm really proud of it, and I know Mark is too. So that's tomorrow. And of course, once we've spoken about Christmas, we'll sing your version of Vivaldi's Gloria's first two movements. We will sing Rutter's Beautiful for the Beauty of the Earth. We'll sing Grieg Ave Maristella, and then we'll finish with Quanta Qualia. And that will be the end of Summer School 2020. What a brilliant way to finish. Well, look, everybody, we're going to start in a few moments, a few short seconds. So please make sure you have everything you need and that you're nice and comfortable. And looking forward to a really good sing. It's actually really nice finishing the course with the sopranos. I think that's the first time we've done that. And a great way to finish. Okay, I'm just going to get my tracks loaded here. There we go. Okay, so... it's 3:30. A very good afternoon, everybody. It is 3:30. It's Thursday afternoon, so that must mean it's the soprano rehearsal. Great to see you all. I hope you've had a lovely day. I hope you've kept well and had lots of fun since I saw you last. Today, ladies, we're going to look at the remaining movements of Vivaldi's beautiful Gloria. We'll start in a minute with a very, very quick, it's not even a warm-up. It's just a little bit of a stirring, I think, to make sure that we're feeling alive, alert, awake and enthusiastic, as the song goes. Once we've warmed up a little bit, we'll then look at the eighth movement of the Gloria, this wonderful Domine Deus Agnus Dei, which is a choral response to a glorious alto solo. Really, really lovely. And if there are any of you out there who've got the alto range as well. I know that I have a number of mezzo-sopranos here. Some of you, I really would suggest, have a look at this Domine Deus Agnus Dei solo. It's fabulous. But anyway, we'll learn that one first. We'll then move on to Qui Tollis, and these two movements, as I'll say a bit more later on, these make up the slightly darker side of the Gloria, the bit where humanity's, we beg for forgiveness, the supplication, if you like, of the Gloria, and so these movements are considerably more inward-looking and not quite as bright and dynamic and gallopy as some of the other movements. So once we've sung Qui Tollis, which has that amazing operatic switch in the middle, we'll then move to the last two movements, Quoniam to Solus Sanctus, which is just very simply just a truncated, slightly diminished version of the first movement before that magnificent final fugue. And if the previous three rehearsals were anything to go by, we should finish with enough time then to round everything off with a rousing sing-through of that very self-same Domine Fili Unigenite, which I said when we started learning it. I told everybody the story when I was a young tenor. Whenever we sang this one, we'd all gallop on the back row, and it's become a bit of a meme. So make sure we're all ready to saddle up for the last movement. Okay, everybody. So if I could ask you to make sure, as I said just before we started, you have your drinks ready, you have plenty of space around you, and if I could invite you, those of you that are happy to stand up for me. And if you're not able to stand for whatever reason, I know there's a few people listening in whilst they're working. So if standing's not on the menu for whatever reason, that's absolutely fine. But if you could bring yourself to the edge of your seat as well, and everybody plant your feet on the floor, give yourself a straight back and a long neck, and just start to take some lovely, relaxed, calm, deep breaths in and out. And just a few of those. Use this as an opportunity to just gather up all the stuff that you're carrying around with you that you don't need to think about for the next 90 minutes. Because as I've said to everybody this week, this is your time now to enjoy and appreciate and learn this glorious music. So if you don't need to worry about it for the next hour and a half, blow it out. Get rid of it. And breathe in that lovely feeling of being in a choir that is global and has thousands and thousands of people in it. Take a lovely deep breath in and blow the air out. Wonderful, wonderful. Now just roll your shoulders around, and do remember, if you need a more detailed warm-up, you have that warm-up that I did on Monday. You can do that and take your time to get nicely warm and ready to sing. And I'll roll your shoulders forwards for me, please. And you can just pause this stream and come back later on if you need to. And then bring your shoulders up to your ears, please. Take a deep breath and let your shoulders gently fall as you breathe out. Great stuff. Well done. Thank you, Sops. Okay, and we'll just tilt our head over to one side and feel the stretch along the long side. Just gently stretch those neck muscles out. And bring your head to the middle and take it the other way. Fantastic. And to the middle and forwards. Just stretch those muscles out. That's great. And to the middle. Thank you very much. And just within those three movements, everybody, left, right and forwards, just let your head roll around gently and stretch those muscles out. Thank you. Great job. Okay, let's do just a little bit of very gentle stirring of the voice. And so we'll just hum up a broken chord and down again. So with me, and still humming for November. Still ooh. Oh. Oh. Still oh. Oh. Eh. And again. And ah. Oh. One more. Thank you very much indeed, Sops. Well done. So that was a top F, and we'll need an F sharp for the last movement, but that's not that won't be on our radar for at least 45 minutes. So if I could ask you please to open up your scores today to page 49. Thank you, Sopranos. This is the 8th movement, Domine Deus Agnus Dei, this wonderful, wonderful alto solo, and the choir responding. And as I said in my little preamble there, this is where the shade, as it were. Sometimes often in music you need light and you need shade. The preceding movement is the Domine, Fili, Unigenite, which is just light and fun and full of joy. And the Domine Deus starts in the minor straight away. And as I said, this is just a slight change of focus. And so what we need to do is to become the solemn choir. Having been galloping away in the preceding movement, here we become a lot more introspective, and we look for the opportunities to sing in lovely long lines here. So words wise, we start on page 50, bar 13, and we sing. If I can just sing it for you, we sing Qui Tollis peccata. Okay, Qui Tollis peccata. And if you can make the sounds on the long notes, so that is tol and ka particularly, if you can make those sounds tall with your mouth, Qui Tollis peccata, you'll end up with the right shape to the phrase. And we're going to pull away slightly from the last note. We're just going to round that off. The proper musical term for it is, as I've said many times on this channel, a feminine ending. So we grow towards peccata, and on the resolution of that little bit of tension, we just pull back slightly. So sing that for me, please, from bar 13. Nice deep breath. 1, 2. Qui Tollis peccata. Very, very nice. Then the alto sings a little bit. And then we sing Qui Tollis peccata. So sing that with me, with the same shaping, the same phrasing, the same tall notes, but just with different pitches. 3, 4. Qui Tollis peccata. Well done. Great stuff. And now it's just occurred to me, I've asked the other sections from this point on, really, in the Gloria, to just soften the t sounds. So when we sing Qui Tollis, I don't want the top 10-20% of the frequency. I don't want all the t sounds, okay? Because it's really quite harsh. If you listen to professionals sing this, and we'll hear the Fieri in a minute, they soften the T slightly. Qui Tollis peccata. So it's a softer T. So the way to accomplish that is to do the opposite what the conductors tell you. I always say when I want more T from choirs, show me your teeth. Qui Tollis peccata. But if you want less T, cover your teeth. Qui Tollis peccata. All right. So just for all of these statements, Qui Tollis peccata mundi, can we just soften the T slightly? Brilliant, brilliant. So we're now on to bar 18. Same again, Qui Tollis peccata, but the pitches are different. Have a listen to this. Bar 18. 1, 2. Qui Tollis peccata. Sing that for me. 1 and 2. Qui Tollis peccata. Well done. Very, very well done. So let's sing all 3 of those, please. Back to bar 13, if you'd be so kind. We start here on a C. So we're just going to soften all those T's. In fact, I'm going to have a sip of drink and invite you to do the same. It is quite warm here. Cheers. Fabulous. So there's your note. Everybody in bar 13. Nice deep breath. After 2, 1, 2. Qui Tollis peccata. Then the alto sings. Deep breath. Qui Tollis peccata. Alto again. Deep breath. Qui Tollis peccata. Well done. Lovely. Then at the bottom of page 51, you'll notice we sing another Qui Tollis peccata mundi. So we finally add the last 2 syllables there. Otherwise it is pretty similar to what's gone before. If I can sing this for you from 23, follow it along. Ready? 1, 2. Qui Tollis peccata mundi. Okay, so da 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 da. Pitch-wise, it's very, very simple. But before we sing it, I just want you to be really aware of your role within the harmony and why your line is important. We start off on the 3rd of the chord, it then becomes the 7th of the chord, and that note has a pull, and the pull it wants to go there. So when you get to those notes, when you sing Qui Tollis peccata mundi, you are actually aiming in this phrase for the mun of mundi. Okay, and the 2 preceding notes will lead you there. Alright, so let's just sing that. Simple line, but there's a lot going on. Okay, so from bar 23, 1, 2, Qui Tollis peccata mundi. Excellent. If you can make mundi when you land there, can you be like when you arrive home after a long day? Finally, here we are on this lovely, lovely note. All right. Then Vivaldi, having arrived in a major key, you think, oh, how wonderful. We've been out in the wilderness for a few bars. It's nice to come back to the major. Well, no, Vivaldi has other ideas. Straight back to the minor, miserere. And then we have Agnus Dei, Lamb of God. And so, Son of the Father. So we sing here in 26 and 28. These 2 bars are a little bit more intense. Okay, a little bit more fire. Because this is where we start to really feel the atmosphere of the piece. This supplication, this begging for forgiveness. And so your line in 26 and then in 28 is Agnus Dei. Patris. Okay, and as I say, a little bit more fire. So let's sing those 2 phrases, please, sopranos. From 26, and can it be Agnus? A-R-N-Y-U-S. Agnus Dei. All right, here we go from 26. 3, 4. Agnus Dei. Deep breath. Filius Patris. Excellent. Now we are over the page to bar 31 now. Miserere, miserere. And here I'd like you to phrase them in individual bars. So we're going to grow through the first 2 notes in each bar to the 3rd note and then pull back. So the effect will be miserere, miserere. So the 4th note of each bar, with just that feminine ending on each to just give it a lovely shape. So sing with me, please, to miserere from 31, 3, 4. Miserere, miserere. Well done. And if you could make those 2 bars just warm the sound slightly, a little bit more tone, and just really enjoy the chord changes. It's that halfway point in each bar where the chord changes, where you get the sort of whoosh of those 2 phrases. Fabulous. And we're on to the last phrase of the movement here. Doing very, very well. Bar 35, Miserere nobis. Now you need to find a D. Now you don't have a problem here because the alto sings nobis. You just think up an octave and it is Miserere nobis. Okay, and I've been talking all the way through Vivaldi's Gloria about the tension and release of Baroque music, where you have a suspension, the tension, the release, and then the resolution at the end. And so what we do is we grow towards the clash, go towards it. All right, the more intense the clash, the more wonderful the resolution and the release. So we're going to sing Miserere nobis. So the loudest part of the phrase will be the no, and then the C sharp will be even quieter, and then the minim at the end of the phrase will be quieter still. Sing that with me, please, sopranos. 3, 4. Miserere nobis. Excellent. And just if you could make sure you put your S of nobis very cleanly on the third beat of that last bar that we're singing. Bis. Okay, because if you hear the bass part, so when we get to the C sharp, you need to stop singing your note. Can you hear why? It's a horrible clash, so make sure you're off cleanly on that third beat. Well done, Sops. That's another one in the bag. What I'd like to do, as I've done with all the other sections, is to perform this twice. We're going to sing it through with Lucy of the Fieri Consort and Richard on the organ, and then we'll sing it again, but with the full choir and with Nancy, our wonderful soloist. As a big part of this movement is hearing your voice in context, and also it's such a great treat to hear it. We're going to share this movement and the 9th movement with you, so you're going to get to hear these next 2 movements, the full world premiere version, but you won't get to hear the rest of it until tomorrow. Okay, so let's sing it all the way through. Do please hydrate yourselves, and just before we sing, remember all of these are individual lines. They're individual phrases. I don't want any fence posts. I don't want Qui Tollis peccata. I want one impulse for the whole phrase. Qui Tollis peccata. So it's a line in the air rather than a series of fence posts. Okay, let's have some fun. Let's take it away. The alto solo will sing. Domine Deus. Agnus Dei Filius Patris. Domine Deus. Domine Deus. Agnus Dei Filius. Now we take a deep breath as we sing. Now take a deep breath as we sing all the way through the phrase. Deep breath, and again all the way through. Domine Deus, Domine Deus, Agnus Dei Filius Patris. Deep breath. A bit more intense here. Deep breath. And now 2 phrases and now the last phrase. Fantastic. All right, well done. Thank you, Fieri. Absolutely brilliant. I think that was Hannah, actually. I think what I need to do, Mark, could you remind me, little message to Mark, could we just get a breakdown of who sung what on each track so we can thank everybody tomorrow? Thank you, remind me. Well, that was great. Well done, everybody. I want to do that again, this time with the full full fat, full Fieri. So if you could please once again hydrate yourselves, and having sung it now 2 or 3 times, this time I really want you to engage with the emotions of the music. The key, I think, to this one is to sort of see beyond the lines on the page and to really engage with the shapes that Vivaldi's created for us. It is a deceptively simple sing this. In order to do it really, really well, as I said, you need to be thinking like a bird that's flying in the sky, paying no attention to the fence posts below. Lovely, lovely long phrases. So let's enjoy. This is with the amazing Nancy singing the solo and the full Fieri consort. Let's sing this one more time. Take it away. Bit more volume, I think. Wonderful. Absolutely magnificent singing and playing. Wonderful. Thank you so much again, Fieri. Thank you, Nancy, for that wonderful, wonderful bit of singing. I loved a little comment here. I think it was Megan who said, I think I may have actually accidentally sung the alto solo rather than our part. Well, in all seriousness, those of you singing along, I mean, we have provided the full Gloria, including all of the solos. We've given you Soprano 1 and 2, or alternate versions in the duet. If you want to sing the solo tomorrow, well, you sing along with the solo. Like I said to the altos this morning, when have you ever sung in a choir when the conductor said to you on concert day, if any of you in the choir want to sing along with the soloist, feel free. Just imagine. Okay, everybody, well done. So let's move on. Let's have a look at the 9th movement of this glorious Gloria. This is Qui Tollis, Peccata Mundi. This is a absolutely brilliant bit of programmatic writing, and I've been talking about Vivaldi and the influences of Monteverdi, this amazing Italian composer. And if you don't know much Monteverdi, just read a page about him. Just have a quick look at his Wikipedia page. The man was an absolute genius. Monteverdi pretty much single-handedly invented opera and the sacred madrigal, and an awful lot of the instrumental techniques that we take for granted today, and a lot of keyboard techniques. I mean, he really is. Without Monteverdi, music would not sound the way it does today. And one of the things he particularly pioneered was this idea that music and words have a complicated relationship. Thanks to the emergence of the Palestrina style, music kind of took preference over words. Words weren't quite as important. It was the integrity of the music that was the most important thing. Monteverdi came along and turned that all on his head. And if you want to hear a good example of that, as I said the other day, listen to just the first 20 minutes of Monteverdi's Orfeo. Incredible opera, absolutely beautiful, and you will hear things that you've never heard before, ever. The way he uses harmony and melody to support what the words actually mean is hugely influential. We can hear that influence here in Vivaldi's music. This is the part of the work where, were this a church service, people would be taking to their knees. People would be kneeling down in supplication. And you can hear that in the music. Everything about this, Qui Tollis, everything just descends. You can hear everything is always just descending, as if everyone is slowly getting down to their knees. And once, musically, once we're all on our knees, then the choir starts to beg for forgiveness. Suscipe deprecationem. And we have a change of style, a change of time signature, and a change of tempo in the middle of a movement. Very, very, very rarely does this happen. And this is operatic. You only ever see this in the works of great composers who are also opera composers. Think about Messiah, think about Since by Man Came Death, which has the slow opening and then the fast and slow. It's an operatic technique. So this suscipe in the middle, there'll be a tempo change, and this really exciting, vibrant end. So let's have a look at this. We're going to sing this again with the soprano soloist in a minute, and then we'll sing it with the full choir, so you get a sense of the context. We start on page 54. It's slow and it's quiet to begin with. Okay, the first section is quiet. And so the first line for sopranos, I'm going to sing Qui Tollis peccata mundi, sounds like this. It's 1, 2. Qui Tollis peccata mundi. Okay, not the easiest line that you've ever sung before. Some semitones there to watch out for. So let's sing that together, please, Sop, shall we? So from Qui Tollis, 1, 2. Qui Tollis peccata mundi. Now, if you look at my face, I'm smiling. It's not just because I'm talking to 261 plus lovely sopranos who are all singing along. It's also to help the tuning, okay? When you're coming down the scale, you need to be really mindful of these, particularly semitones. So just so you're aware, the distance between pe and ka there is a tone. Then it's semitone and semitone. Peccata mum, da 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 dum. And smiling just helps keep things in tune. Let's do that one more time so we're happy with it. 1, 2. Qui Tollis peccata mundi. Fabulous. Then over the page. Now, bar 5, taken on its own, it's absolutely fine. But I remember when I learnt this as a treble, so we're going back now 30 plus years, but I remember grabbing that note out of thin air was really, really hard, particularly if you've been on this chord here. You have to come up with that line on its own. So can I ask you to just circle bar 5 and bar 6 and just mark it as something that I'm asking you to have a little look at, okay? There's another moment later on, which again is going to be slightly unexpected, so just spend a few minutes between now and tomorrow afternoon just singing this bit. But on its own, from 5, I'm going to sing Peccata Mundi Suscipe. It goes like this, and 1, Peccata Mundi Suscipe. Okay, so sing that for me after 1 from 5, and 1, Peccata Mundi Suscipe. Okay, suscipe, please. Excellent. So we are at the halfway point of this movement already. So we are at bar 8. And this is, as I promised, a complete change. This is very, very operatic. You wouldn't have heard this in Palestrine's time. This is very forward-thinking. We change tempo. So we're going to go from this slow da-da-dum to suscipe, suscipe, deprecationem. Now, those of you who are familiar with tempo markings, if you're interested in any way, I've asked for minim equals 100, which is suscipe, suscipe, deprecationem, deprecationem nostrum. Okay, substantially faster, it's also louder. Okay, so I'm going to sing, as I just did then, I'm going to sing and play for you from bar 8 to bar 15. Okay, to the end of nostrum. Suscipe. It sounds like this. So 1, 2, 3. Suscipe, suscipe, deprecationem, deprecationem nostrum. Okay, so before we sing it, just note that in the first 2 bars, the suscipe, the su is the important syllable. Suscipe, suscipe. Do your best, if you can, and it does just take a little bit of thought, to not accent the last note of the bar. There's a tendency with choral singers, I'm speaking as one, to go suscipe, suscipe. So the last note of the bar is the strong one. And actually it should be the other way round. So just consciously pull back on those 2 bars, and then we've got all the momentum we need to sing deprecationem. All right? Okay, so let's have a go at that. Suscipe, suscipe, all the way to bar 15. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Suscipe, suscipe, deprecationem, deprecationem nostrum. Great job. Well done. Just to watch out there in bar 13, can you see the brackets? The hemiola is back, but it doesn't really affect you very much. Other than the nem in bar 13 is across the bar. O nem nostrum. Okay, so it's 2 beats on O, 3 beats on nem, and 1 beat on nos. O nem nostrum. And if you just look at what the choir are doing beneath you, see the basses and tenors sing nos on the first beat, altos sing it on the second, you sing it on the third. So you get nos, nos, nostrum. Okay, so let's sing that one more time. Suscipe from bar 8, please. 1, 2, 3. Suscipe, suscipe, deprecationem, deprecationem nostrum. Great. Now you'll see you carry straight on in bar 16, so you'll need to take a breath after nostrum. So please take a crotchet, that is a single, in this terms it's a half beat, nostrum. So you can grab a breath and then sing deprecationem nostrum. Okay, so there's a couple of things to just watch out there before we sing. Getting the note in bar 16 is another one of these tricky moments. You won't be expecting to have to sing then. It's slightly odd. This is one of those moments where Vivaldi is following Monteverdi's example. Musically, it's not quite as strong, but words-wise, it makes a lot of sense. Okay, so just this last phrase is deprecationem nostrum. And just note, even though there is a hemiola marked in 18 and 19, we don't pay any attention to it. Nem nostram. So sopranos ignore the hemiola whilst everybody else sings it. So you get a really nice sort of cross rhythm effect. Sing for me, please, if you would, Sops, from 16 to the end of the movement. Deprecationem. If you can roll your R's, that would be lovely. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Deprecationem. Oops. Sorry. My fault. Entirely my fault. Should we do that one more time? 1, 2, 3. Deprecationem nostram. And there we have, having been in the minor all the way through, just with yesterday in Propter Magnam Gloriam, there is that tierce to Picardy, that Picardy third, finishing on the major rather than on the minor. So, what I'd like to do now, please, Sops, if you don't mind, is to sing it through one more time with the soprano only, and then we'll sing it through with the full Fieri so you can hear it all in context. All right? So please do have a drink. I'm going to have a sip of water. Fabulous stuff. Okay, here we go. So here's your note, and we're in after 2. Ready? 1, 2. I've just spotted something that our soloist has done that's not in our score. Okay, I'll leave that up to you, entirely up to you. If you want to follow the soprano at 13 or 14, it'll be an editorial issue. But what we learnt on the score is Onem nostram, and what she sang was Deprecationem nostram. I'll leave it up to you where you want to put it. Okay, if you want to sing what's on the page, you can sing what's on the page. If you want to sing with our soloist, you can sing with the soloist. That's absolutely fine. So that is Qui Tollis. Let's sing it with the full Fieri. Okay, so there's our note. Qui Tollis. Here we go. After 2, 1, 2. Well done, Sops. So that one it's got a couple of little edges, particularly for the sopranos. I really do think bar 5 is worth practicing. Bar 16 is a little bit tricky as well. And just practice the timing of this movement. Of course, all these recordings, this is what we'll be singing along with tomorrow. And so just get used to how long you've got before things move on. Listen along to our practice tracks and just have fun with it. Well done, Sops. Great job. So let's move on. Now, just for interest's sake, a little bit like if we were on a coach tour, if you look out of the right-hand side of the choir, you'll notice the 10th movement, Qui Sedes ad dexteram, and this is an alto solo. Of course, you have soprano solos. You've got the soprano duet, which is the 3rd movement, and you have that wonderful Domine Deus, the 6th movement, which is just sublime. It's very close in feel, I feel, to that wonderful pastoral centre of part 1 of Messiah. You know, he shall feed his flock. This da 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 da, glorious and just perfect for sopranos. So really, you have a bit of a playground here, Sops. Enjoy. So this the 10th movement passes in a flash of excitement and a flurry of notes, and then we arrive at the almost our final destination. We are here at the 11th movement, everybody. The 11th hour and the 11th movement. Quoniam to Solus Sanctus on page 63. Could everyone find that for me? Thank you very much. Okay, fabulous. So, let's have a look at this one. So, as I said at the start, this is it's a truncated version of the first movement. This da 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 da. And this is completely normal practice for composers of this era. When you write a mass or you write a sacred piece, very often the first movement will form the almost entire basis of the music of the last movement. It's a sort of bookending technique, and it's used here if you know the Bach Magnificat, if you know Mozart's Requiem, for example, which, by the way, Self-Isolation Choir will be doing in January with yours truly conducting, so do make sure you sign up for that. This is what happens. It's perfectly normal for composers to reuse material, and Vivaldi has this trick of harking back to it but not giving you the full movement. Mozart gives you the full movement and just changes the words. Vivaldi is basically chopped out. It's a bit like a clip show. He's chopped out all the sort of he's given us just the best bits, if you like, of this movement. So it's only 4 pages. Just have a little look at it. Quoniam tu Solus Sanctus, Quoniam tu Solus Sanctus, tu Solus Dominus, tu Solus Altissimus, Jesu Christe, and that's it. We have a much shorter introduction here. It's only 5.5 bars, so don't let that catch you out. I have worked with choirs who got completely confused and thought that the introduction of the 11th movement was going to last as long as the first movement, and caught a few of them looking at their friends when they should have been looking at me. So make sure you're watching and you're ready to come in. And the first line in bar 6 is after 2. It goes 1, 2. Quoniam tu Solus Sanctus. 4, 1, 2. Quoniam tu Solus Sanctus. Okay, those 2 phrases on the D and on the C sharp. Before we sing it, can I ask you to phrase it as we've been doing all the way through? I don't want a long Quoniam tu Solus Sanctus. I don't want to hear all of those notes. I want to Quoniam tu Solus Sanctus. So we're going to bounce along the strong beats. We're going to make all the long notes. So Sanctus. We're going to make those nice and tall. And one last thing, we're going to put the S of Sanctus cleanly on the 4th beat of the bar. So it sounds like this. Quoniam tu Solus Sanctus. Like that. Alright, let's sing that together. After 2, 1, 2. Quoniam tu Solus Sanctus. 4, 1, 2. Quoniam tu Solus Sanctus. Very, very nice. You notice I'm not putting in a lot of s. It's just a little bit of s. Quoniam tu Solus Sanctus. A tiny, tiny little bit of S. Okay? Those of you that have sung with choirs for many, many years will know a little bit of S in a choral texture goes a long, long way. So just a little bit. Okay, fabulous. And then from that C sharp, we sing Tu Solus Dominus, and this is loud, just as in the first movement. We sing 1, 2, Tu Solus Dominus. And then we echo different words at a lower dynamic. We sing Tu Solus Altissimus Jesu Christe, Jesu Christe. And that is the movement. Let's sing it together. We'll do a little bit of work on that, but that is basically it. Nice and loud, please, from bar 10. Tu Solus, nice deep breath. 1, 2. Tu Solus Dominus. Tu Solus Sanctissimus Jesu Christe, Jesu Christe. Fantastic. Well done, well done. Just make sure, as before, we're making all the S's very, very, very short and very, very sweet. Rolling R's, please, if you can, on your Christe. That would be greatly appreciated. Thank you very much. Let's sing the entire movement, shall we? So we'll be singing with the soprano only, and just the 11th movement before we move into the final fugue. Okay, so here we are. Take it away, please, Richard. Bit more volume. Deep breath, and
Quoniam tu Solus Sanctus, Quoniam tu Solus Sanctus, tu Solus Dominus, tu Solus Sanctissimus Jesu
fantastic. Well done, Sops. Great job. Okay, so have a little sip of your drink and just a little bit of a stretch and loosen yourselves up as we move to the last piece of the day, and in fact the last bit of new learning of the summer school of 2020, Cum Sancto Spiritu, which is the last fugue of this wonderful, wonderful work. And as I said on Monday, this movement, well, although it's within Vivaldi's Gloriam, it's got Vivaldi's name on it, the source material is not actually by Vivaldi. This is a fugue by one of Vivaldi's contemporaries, Ruggiero, I should say. And, excuse me. Pardon me. Sorry about that. There's a window open and a little bit of pollen, I think, snuck in. So this is, as I say, this is by Ruggiero, and this is fairly common practice, actually, for composers of this time, to take bits of music that they hear, think, oh, I like that, and this is in the days before, you know, PRS and so on, and music copyright. So they would just take it and use it for themselves, and so Vivaldi has taken this fugue by Ruggiero and he's used it in not just one but several works, including the preceding Gloria. He wrote 3, one of which is lost, and the other one isn't anywhere near as good as this. But he used this fugue in that Gloria. This is an altered version, so Vivaldi has definitely stamped his own personality on it. There's quite a lot of chromaticism, a lot of this ascending by semitones, which is entirely new, and that's Vivaldi's, but it's basically an arrangement. And like I say, composers have been doing this all throughout history. That perhaps the most egregious of all of them, as I said to the altos this morning, is our dear friend Georg Friedrich Handel, who not only borrowed significantly from himself for Messiah, but also borrowed throughout his career from composers, in some cases literally taking an entire piece and just scrubbing out the name of the original composer and writing Handel. I wrote my university dissertation on Handel's, it's generously termed in the musical establishment, generously termed borrowing. I think there's another word for it, but anyway, so I wrote my dissertation on Handel's borrowings, particularly from Henry Purcell. So Handel actually took big chunks of Purcell's Te Deum and wove them almost exactly, almost verbatim, into his own Utrecht Te Deum. Very, very interesting. We love him anyway, and we love Vivaldi for this. So this last fugue, this lovely arrangement that Vivaldi has for us, is bright and it's exciting. It starts with the basses, and this is, those of you that sang on Messiah will remember that a fugue is a very typical Baroque device, just like as we looked at with the Propter Magnam Gloriam the other day, except this one has a lot more content to it. It has multiple subjects going on. It starts with the bassist singing this kind of ponderous Cum Sancto Spiritu. Okay, this is a bit like the tortoise and the hare. The basses start off and they're the tortoise. And then sopranos, we come in with the rabbit theme, if you like. It's Cum Sancto Spiritu in gloria Dei Patris, in gloria Dei Patris. Amen. All right, so that's the second subject, and it works against the basses. So where the basses are moving slowly, the soprano line is moving a little bit more swiftly. You will get to sing both throughout this fugue. And so would you sing that with me? I'll sing it for you again. So we're going to go from the second bar. Notice it is loud. It's also a little bit more staccato, a little bit more separated than we've been singing over the last hour. So it goes 1, 2, 3. Cum Sancto Spiritu in gloria Dei Patris, in gloria Dei Patris. Amen. Okay, and you probably noticed towards the end it starts to get a bit more legato. Patris, amen. Everything up until that point is slightly more separated, but when we get to the end, enjoy yourselves. All right, sing that with me. 1, 2, 3. Cum Sancto Spiritu in gloria Dei Patris, in gloria Dei Patris, amen. Lovely. Try not to run out of breath as I did. What you'll probably notice is that on the strong beats, Vivaldi has once again put the important words. Cum Sancto Spiritu in gloria Dei Patris, in gloria Dei Patris. And just as I asked on Messiah and on Zadok and all the other Baroque pieces we've done, when you get to those important beats, that's the first and the third beat of the bar, can you make your sound tall? Cum Sancto Spiritu in gloria Dei Patris, in gloria Dei Patris. And this just creates a lovely sort of whoosh on each of those strong beats that really helps the shape of the music. So let's sing that one more time with all that shaping in place, nice and strong. 1, 2, 3. Cum Sancto Spiritu in gloria Dei Patris, in gloria Dei Patris. Amen. Wonderful. Okay, and now this is a glorious moment because sopranos, you are finally released to have a little bit of fun up in the upper register. We've been singing fairly low for the last hour or so, and so you come in halfway through the fourth beat of the bar. Okay, and I'm going to sing and play for you from the last note of 6 to the second note of bar 10. Okay, so it's like this. 2, 3, 4. Amen. 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 Okay. In fact, why don't we just look at the first Amen? Da 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 da. Amen. Just to the middle of bar 8. All right. So the last note of 6 after 4. 2, 3, 4. Amen. Excellent. Let's try that one more time. What I'm going to do this time is I'm going to start counting from the second beat of bar 6. I'm going to ask you to breathe as soon as I start counting. Okay, because I'm pretty sure that some of you went, ah, and just snatched your breath just before you sang. Don't ask me how I know, I just know. And so give yourself a bit more time to breathe. As soon as you finish the amen, start breathing straight away and it'll help support the phrase. Okay, so I'm going to, actually I'll go from the third beat. I'll go 3, 4 and we're in. As soon as I start counting, take a breath. All right, so ready, 3, 4. Amen. Great stuff. Well done. Can you hear what a lovely phrase that is? All right, so just enjoy that one lovely long phrase. No fence posts, please. You can see the phrase mark above the line. That just means soar above it like a bird. Fabulous. We're now in bar 8. Sounds like bells here, doesn't it? The last note of 8 is in after 3. It sounds like this. So 1, 2, 3. Amen. Amen. Okay, so all but the last note there are 2 beats. The last note is just 1 beat. Sing with me, please, from the last note of 8. So 1, 2, 3. Amen. Amen. Great stuff. And just before we move on, you will notice those notes in those last 2 amens we've sung. Other than the last note, those long notes go across the strong beats. They go across the bar line. They go across the third beat. And so as we've been learning and working together in terms of Baroque music since March, sing through the long notes. Amen, amen. So that again helps the shape. Could we sing, please? Actually, Actually, no, sorry. We'll carry on. We'll come back in a minute. Let's carry on at bar 11, and we get this bass tune, but we get it up 2 octaves. We sing Cum Sancto Spiritu in Gloria Dei Patris, Amen. Alright, so we get the tortoise theme, if you like. Alright, so let's sing that, shall we please, from 11. 2, 3, 4. Cum Sancto Spiritu in Gloria Dei Patris, Amen. Wonderful. It's such fun to sing this movement. When you're coming down the scale, just be careful at bar 15. Dei Patris, Amen. Place those notes beautifully and be really careful about the intonation that we don't go flat. Could I ask you to sing for me, sopranos, from the second bar, from your first entry? I'll give you the basses in, and we'll go from the beginning of Cum Sancto Spiritu to there. Okay, so the bass is Cum Sancto Spiritu, deep breath. Cum Sancto Spiritu in Gloria Dei Patris, in Gloria Dei Patris, Amen. 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 Cum Sancto Spiritu in Gloria Dei Patris, Amen. Great stuff, thank you. I think I miscounted at bar 10, my apologies. We'll sing this through the Fieri in a minute. That was my fault, sorry about that, Sops. Let's carry on for now. We'll come back and look at that bit again in a minute. Can we go to bar 25, please, Sops? Bar 25. And so we have a whole line now of amens, which are going across these strong beats. And so I'm going to play and sing for you from 25 to 28. Okay, 25 to 28. And we come in on an E at the top here, and it sounds like this in 25. It goes 3, 4. Amen, amen, amen. All right, follow that along for me one more time. If you want to sing along, you're very welcome to. From 25. 3, 4. Amen, amen, amen. Great, well done. Let's sing that all together, and just that third amen, the one that goes up to the F sharp, just to let that soar and drop your jaw, make that lovely and joyous. Okay, so from amen in bar 25. After 4, 2, 3, 4. Amen, amen, amen. Excellent. Well done. Thank you. And so we have in bar 30, 31, we have a little hint of that hair theme. Just the start of it, and then he takes us to the minor. So from 30 it's 3, 4, 1. Cum Sancto Spiritu in Gloria Dei Patris, Amen. And I'm going to ask you to join Patris to Amen. We don't want to break after that, just straight through. Sing that for me, Cum Sancto Spiritu, please, from bar 30. 3, 4, 1. Cum Sancto Spiritu in Gloria Dei Patris, Amen. Excellent. Well done. Now we're at bar 36, and what I want to point out to you here, we have a little bit of an editorial issue. Your note, your amen, actually comes in on the second beat of the bar. Okay, but it looks like you don't come in until the third beat of the bar with the way our score has been laid out. Okay, so it's cum amen. You come in on the second minim beat of that bar, not the third. So can you just mark that in? So the altos go cum amen. That's your line. Okay, so can we sing that please from 36? Just noting we're coming in, as I say, on the second beat of that bar. In after 1, 3, 4, 1. Amen. Excellent. It's a short men at the end there because you need to grab a breath for your next phrase, which starts in bar 38, Cum Sancto Spiritu. And what I'll do is I'll play and sing for you from bar 38. Now, just to say, 38 to 45, you're going to want to just mark, particularly 41, 2, 3, and 4. You're going to want to mark those. It's a little bit unexpected in a couple of places, and it'll just need an extra couple of minutes, I think, of practice before tomorrow. So from 38, it sounds like this. Cum Sancto Spiritu, in gloria Dei Patris, Amen, 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 Amen. And I've just seen I need to make a little adjustment to my score. So at 41 there, the R starts on the C sharp, not as I sang there because I made a little mistake. Apologies, ladies. We start on the C sharp. Okay, so that will sound like this. If I go from the start of bar 41, it's Amen, Amen. Okay, so we'll come back to that in a minute. I want to just look at the section from 38 to 40. Can we do 38 to 40? Okay. Okay, Cum Sancto Spiritu from 38. With me, 2, 3, 4. Cum Sancto Spiritu, in gloria Dei Patris. Okay, fab. In gloria Dei Patris, nice and straightforward. And then on to 41. So I'm going to sing and play for you from 41 to 45 slowly. Okay, it's Amen, 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 Amen. All right, sing that with me slowly from 41, 3, 4. Amen, 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 Amen. Great. Let's try that a little faster, please. After 4, 2, 3, 4. Amen, 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 Amen. Good. Let's go back now, please, and let's sing from Cum Sancto Spiritu in bar 38 through now to 45. Okay? From 38. After 4, 2, 3, 4. Cum Sancto Spiritu, in gloria Dei Patris, Amen, 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 Amen. Excellent. Now you need to clear the last note of Amen, please. Make sure that is clearly on the 4th beat, because we get a change in harmony. We get this. Okay, and that sounds as close to Monteverdi as anything you'll ever hear. Then at the top of page 75, and we're doing really, really well. We've got, I think, 4.5 pages to go, and we've learnt the whole thing, which is fabulous. So, Sops, you come in. You're the first voices in, singing Cum Sancto Spiritu, and here we're starting to see little fragments of the ideas we had before. So you have a little bit of interplay with the altos. It's really rather sweet. In bar 50 we sing 1, 2, 3. Cum Sancto Spiritu, Cum Sancto Spiritu, Amen, Amen. Okay, a couple of short little Cum Sancto Spiritus, and then 2 Amens. So, Cum Sancto Spiritu, Cum Sancto Spiritu. Sing that for me, please, from 50. 1, 2, 3. Cum Sancto Spiritu, Cum Sancto Spiritu. Lovely. Make sure you're aiming for the Spiritu, Spiritu. Cum Sancto Spiritu, Cum Sancto Spiritu. Fab. As soon as you've sung the second Spiritu, the Amens are Amen, Amen. So sing those 2 Amens for me, please, in bar 52. 1, 2, Amen, Amen. Excellent. Oh, it's a 2-beat men. Man. All right, let's sing from your entry in bar 50, please. Okay, Cum Sancto Spiritu. After 3, 1, 2, 3. Cum Sancto Spiritu, Cum Sancto Spiritu. Amen, amen. Great, thank you. And so we have another nice long line here. We're firmly in tortoise territory here for bar 56. So I'm going to play and sing for you from 56 to 64. Okay? And so we're in after 1 and it goes 3, 4, 1. Cum Sancto Spiritu in gloria Dei, Dei Patris, Patris, Amen, 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 amen. All right, so let's break that down into manageable chunks. Let's have a look. First of all, let's sing Cum Sancto Spiritu in Gloria Dei Patris, Patris, Amen. So from bar 56 to the first note of 61. Let's sing that together from 56. After 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Cum Sancto Spiritu in gloria Dei, Dei Patris, Patris, Amen. Excellent. Notice the repeated words Gloria Dei, Dei Patris, Patris, Amen. Okay, so we've just landed there. We need to drop a third straight away, so the next Amen goes like this. After 1, 3, 4, 1. Amen, amen. All right, sing that for me. So that's bar 61. 3, 4, 1. Amen, amen. Okay, I think I put the words in the wrong place before. So it's Amen, amen. One more time, please. 61. After 1, 3, 4, 1. Amen, amen. And then Amen, amen. Sing that for me. And Amen, amen. Excellent. Well done. So let's go from, and we do have time, can we go please from 56 to 63? Okay, after 1, 3, 4, 1. Cum Sancto Spiritu in gloria Dei, Dei Patris, Patris, Amen, 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 Amen. Excellent. Then over the page, we're on to the last 2 pages, Sops. Doing absolutely brilliantly. And so the altos, tenors and basses set up a really, really intense moment of tension and release in bar 66. It's absolutely lovely. We get this. And then you come in over the top with this note. Amen. All right, and it just comes out of nowhere. It's a wonderful moment. So can we just sing that together from 66? After 2, 1, 2. Amen. Make sure it's a 2-beat men at the end there, and then we have a little bit of this interplay. Cum Sancto Spiritu, Cum Sancto Spiritu. Sing those for me from 67. After 3, 1, 2, 3. Cum Sancto Spiritu, Cum Sancto Spiritu. Great, well done. So we are on the last page, Sops. Absolutely amazing. So can we please turn to that last page, page 79, and we have bar 72. And because you're the Sopranos, you get the tune. And so we sing Cum Sancto Spiritu in gloria Dei Patris, Dei Patris, Amen. And just in the middle of the tune, he decides to end it. Okay, so it's recognisable really as the main melody until the start of bar 76. So sing from 72 to the first note of 76, and we'll just learn that, and then we've got the whole thing in the bag. So Cum Sancto from 72. After 4, 2, 3, 4. Cum Sancto Spiritu in gloria Dei Patris. Excellent. And then just the last 3 bars. Dei Patris. Amen. And we hold that last chord for a bit longer. So sing with me the last 3 bars. 3, 4. Dei Patris. Amen. Splendid. Can we sing just with the piano then? Let's put that together from the top of the page. From the top of page 79 to the end, and then we will sing it with the organ. Here we go. From 72, 2, 3, 4. Cum Sancto Spiritu in gloria Dei Patris, Dei Patris. And don't forget the n on the end, just as we did with the Ave Maristella. All right, just that last chord. Well done, sopranos. So with that, we have gone through and learned every single note of the Vivaldi Gloria. As always, I've sung every note of the Vivaldi Gloria. What a treat. So let's sing this fugue all the way through. Now, we have time to sing it twice, and I think it's worth doing it twice. So if you've not sung this work before, give yourself a bit of time and just sort of maybe follow along, sing the bits you're happy with, and then when we sing it again a second time, hopefully it should make a bit more sense. And then use our practice materials, okay? Go away and listen to it, sing your part against the rest of the choir, and just get this piece into your head. It will stick, just to warn you. I woke up this morning with this one playing in my head. So let's sing along with, I think this one is Lucy and Richard, and let's sing this great fugue. So it starts with the basses, and then we're in bar 2. Okay, let's have fun. Take it away.
Cum Sancto Spiritu in gloria Dei Patris, in gloria Dei Patris. Amen. 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 Cum Sancto Spiritu in gloria Dei Patris, Dei Patris. Cum Sancto Spiritu in gloria Dei Patris. Amen. Cum Sancto Spiritu in gloria Dei Patris. Amen.
Ready?
Cum Sancto Spiritu, Cum Sancto Spiritu. Amen. Amen. Cum Sancto Spiritu in gloria Dei, Dei Patris, Patris. Amen. 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 Cum Sancto Spiritu, Cum Sancto Spiritu.
done, everybody. Fantastic job. Really, really good. Thank you. Well, we'll do that one again in a minute. Just before we do, I'm sure you all spotted, as I did, that Lucy sang minims in bar 36 instead of as we rehearsed with the note coming in. Amen. Again, I'll leave that one up to you, okay? It would be great if we could rehearse it as we practice. So I know she's going to come in a beat late. That's absolutely fine. It still fits with the harmony, but if you could come in on that second beat for me. So that's in bar 36. It's 1. Amen. All right. This is one of the real challenges of the Vivaldi Gloria, not least that we've had to record every single note in isolation. But there are so many different editions floating around, and you can tell people to use the edition they send you, but not all of them do it. So anyway, let's sing that one more time. And honestly, there's such a wonderful, wonderful sound. We're so delighted with all these Fieri tracks. We really are. It's just lovely to see everybody's human. So let's sing that one more time, and then we've got time, I think, for just one more movement. We'll sing through that wonderful Domine, Fili, Unigenite. But for now, one more time through the fugue. Okay, if this is your second time singing it, hopefully it should flow a little bit more easily, and just really get that sense of joy and delight at this last movement. Here we go. Take it away, Richard, and the basses. The basses sing Cum Sancto Spiritu, and soprano.
Cum Sancto Spiritu, in gloria Dei Patris, in gloria Dei Patris. Amen. 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 Cum Sancto Spiritu, in gloria Dei Patris, Amen.
Deep breath.
Amen, amen, amen. Cum Sancto Spiritu, in gloria Dei Patris. Amen.
So let's come in on the second beat. And 1. Amen.
Cum Sancto Spiritu, in gloria Dei Patris. Amen. 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 Amen.
Ready?
Cum Sancto Spiritu, Cum Sancto Spiritu. Amen. Amen.
And 1.
Cum Sancto Spiritu, in gloria Dei, Dei Patris, Patris. Amen. 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 Amen.
Ready, go for this.
Amen. Cum Sancto Spiritu, Cum Sancto Spiritu.
And
Cum Sancto Spiritu, in gloria Dei Patris, Dei Patris.
many, many congratulations, sopranos. Well done. I have to give you a round of applause. And looking at the time, it is almost exactly to the minute, as long as it took us to learn the altos, tenors and basses. It's taken 2 hours and 50 minutes to rehearse and learn the entire Vivaldi Gloria. Well done. Many congratulations. Well, we have time for one more quick sing before we finish. And so if I could ask you to turn to that wonderful 7th movement, Domine, Fili, Unigenite. And so we'll sing that one through in a moment. As a special treat, yesterday, you see, when we finished rehearsal, I sang this one with the basses yesterday, and we had both the bass and tenor parts. So for today, I'm going to have just the soprano and alto parts singing this one. So if there are any altos lurking, and I know there are, you can sing along with this. This is a special edition just for today's rehearsal, just the soprano and alto singing it. Now, of course, tomorrow I'll see you at our usual time of 11 a.m. for our concert dress rehearsal, and so we will be singing through sections of this with the full choir. We won't do the whole thing, so I don't want to spoil it for the afternoon, but we will top and tail all the important bits and pieces. Could you also please make sure you've got your music with you for the Beauty of the Earth, Ave Maris Stella and Quanta Quale, because we're going to be singing all of those pieces at the end of tomorrow's concert. So the format will be, one more time, we'll start at 3:30. We will sing the entire Vivaldi Gloria from beginning to end with all the solos. And if you would like to sing along with the solos, and I still can't believe I'm saying this, I would love you to do that. So please sing along with the solos and have a great time. We'll pause for a few minutes in the middle of our concert and just thank everyone who's contributed so much to our amazing 3 weeks of music, and it has been absolutely amazing. We will then sing and enjoy your 2 movements from Vivaldi's Gloria, so the Gloria and Et in Terra Pax, and I have to say they sound unbelievable. Et in Terra Pax in particular is very, very moving indeed. We'll then sing Rutters for the Beauty of the Earth, we'll sing Ave Maris Stella, and we'll finish with Quanta Quale. So the last half of the concert will be entirely performed by the Self-Isolation Choir, your performances, and I can't wait. I really can't. Don't forget, tomorrow we're also going to tell you about Christmas, and there'll be some other surprises as well. I don't want to give the game away, but you're not going to want to miss tomorrow afternoon. Do make sure as well that you've signed up for Mahler 2. If you haven't sung Mahler 2 before, well, you owe it to yourself to be part of that experience. It is not something that's performed very often because the logistics of getting it together are almost insurmountable, and in a global pandemic, the idea of getting Mahler 2 together is almost fanciful, but we've done it. And of course we've got the blessing of Marina Mahler, and I know Mark in particular is just beside himself with excitement at it, so do consider signing up. I'm not conducting it, my friend and colleague John will be conducting it. I will be singing in it, so I'm going to submit my own recording because I want to be in a new recording of Mahler 2. So do consider signing up for that if you haven't already done so. And of course, there's the Requiems, there's St. John Passion, there's so much going on. It's very clear this is the choir to be in, isn't it? So well done today, everybody. It's great to be at the end of the teaching, so it's just the performance to look forward to. And so we can relax and enjoy ourselves and saddle up and get ourselves ready to sing a lovely jaunty movement to finish our rehearsals. Thank you so much for being such a lovely group as always, Sops. It's so lovely working with you. 250 plus sopranos online at the moment. So let's have a bit of a sing. Let's finish today with Domine, Fili, Unigenite, soprano and alto edition. Take it away. Altos.
Domine, Fili, Unigenite, Jesu Christe.
Ready? And...
Domine, Fili, Unigenite, Jesu Christe. Domine, Fili,
wrong mark. Nite Jesu Christe, Domine Fili Unigenite and
Domine Fili, Domine Fili, Unigenite Jesu Christe.
and one.
Jesu Christe.
And one.
Jesu Christe.
Very, very well done indeed. Well ridden, everybody. Splendid job. As always, Sopranos, it's a huge pleasure to see you. So have a great rest of the day. Whatever you've got planned, I hope it goes really, really well. Do rest your voices now. Have a really good drink of water and take it easy. Having said that, if you've got any time later on to just gently practice those little bits, I think there's only a handful, 4 or 5 bits that I said in particular you could do with spending a bit of time on. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow at 11 o'clock. So have a great evening, everybody. And do take care, and we'll see you tomorrow for what is going to be a really very, very memorable concert. All right, take care, folks. Bye-bye.